I came back around. Yeah. Welcome to the I Respectfully Disagree podcast. It has been a long time. I came back around. Y'all done woke me up, man. Wanted to take a break from the podcast, bro. I legit, literally just mental break, dog. Mentally, physically, everything, bro. I have just been in a funk. I have not been myself. It is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, I believe. So perfect timing. Came back around. This is not even gonna be a long episode, bro. The Carter 6 dropped a week ago. It's 10:30 p.m. Today is June the 12th. I did this strategically on purpose. June the 12th, 10:27 p.m. So literally in an hour and a half, it will have been a full week since the Carter 6 dropped. And I will be the first to say I was not anticipating the project. So let's get that out the way. Am I a Lil Wayne fan? Of course. Lil Wayne is one of my favorites. The favorite if I really had to make a list. Wayne is in my top 2. I don't do all the Jay-Z's the GOAT, Tupac's the GOAT. For me personally, I don't listen to their music. I don't like it. I've said to people 1,000 times, I like music for energy, beats. So from that standpoint, diving right into the Carter 6, it's like, ugh. But you know what? Nope. Wait. Let me get a background. So Carter 6 drops. I wake up every morning at 5 a.m. Gotta be at work at 6. Literally, by 7 a.m., all I saw on social media, Carter 6 is trash. Wayne is washed. This album is garbage. The beats are garbage. Everything is garbage. It's out of date. It's this, it's that, it's this, it's that. And I'm just like, oh, Lord, here we go. Now, granted, again, I was not anticipating this project. Truthfully, I'm not a fan of the Carter 4 or the Carter 5 up until today. I was cutting my grass, so I had an opportunity to go back and listen to the Carter 6. And I was like, you know what, man? I knew I was going to turn the mic on, so I was like, let me go back and check out the Carter 5. And I believe the Carter 5 was released in 2018, I believe. And it actually didn't age too bad. I actually enjoyed what I was listening to. So during that time period when it came out, I maybe once or twice, clicked on it, listened to it, and kept it moving. Didn't really have a lot of replay value for me, so I ain't been on Wayne like that for real. Like a lot of the Wayne that I listen to is classic old school mixtape Wayne, early big timers, Hot Boys Wayne. And if that's what people were expecting, it's like, bro, we ain't got that Wayne in over a decade. So you set the bar too fucking high from the jump. But the reason why I'm kind of in my feelings about it is because of the era that we live in today, bro. Like this whole, we're going to say and post shit for internet clicks and likes. I feel like that's what this album, I don't even know how to describe it or explain what I'm trying to say. He waited too late, in a sense, to push this project, because now we're in the heart of this TikTok music, quick songs, 2-minute tracks. If I can't do a TikTok dance to it, then it's garbage. I'm not going to value, I'm not going to appreciate it. And that's all you saw up and down social media. So I waited, checked the temperature in the room. Literally, if you polled 10 people, 8 out of the 10 said that it was trash. It wasn't worth it. It's garbage. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to judge it. I almost didn't even want to listen to it because I was like, I don't even want to tarnish the image that I got in my head of Lil Wayne, bro. Like, he's a legend to me. We've been listening to this dude since he was like 12 or 13 years old. So it's like, nah, bro. I don't care what he puts out. I don't care. Like, Wayne is Wayne. Either you're a fan or you're not. And that night, I was sitting down playing the game, and it's just me downstairs, no interruptions. So I listened to it on my phone first. And I'm sitting here dissecting, how it's put together. And my original thoughts were, man, this is all over the place. Like the beat selection and everything. I was just kind of like, what is this? So the first question that I ask, and I hope eventually one day he's going to do some interviews if he hasn't already and explain the inspiration or what the target audience was. That's the first question that I wanted to ask when I first heard it. Like, what is the target audience? And I feel like we kind of got a snippet of that, or we got a quick answer to that within the last 24 hours, because I saw clips of where he sold out Madison Square Garden, and it was a large variety. You saw a big melting pot of people inside Madison Square Garden. So I saw him with the guitar and stuff on his back, and I'm like, you know what? That's potentially the answer to the question. He made a feel-good project, and it was basically like a compilation piece of every type of Wayne that we've gotten over his career. I wasn't a fan of the rock star Wayne. I am not a human being and all of that stuff. Like, I didn't get down with that. I respected what he was trying to do for that time period and where he was in his career. But for me, I just couldn't get down with that. So I get it. When you listen to the Carter 6, you got a snippet of, I think it's, what was it called? Welcome to the Carter or whatever. So that took you back to the original Carter where the intro was storytelling, stuff like that. Then you got the Big X, the plug track early. That's when I'm like, okay, cool. This ain't bad. I'm bobbing. Then the hip hop joint, no, something about some bells. And it was like, okay, it's kind of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, the beats were not my cup of tea. But I'm like, okay, I'm tolerating it. And then once you got into the middle of the album, the guitars and all that, that's when I kind of was like, nah, I ain't feeling this. But then once you got towards the end, you started getting some more up-tempo beats. I think it was the track with his son, I believe. I was like, nah, this is dope. And then you got down to Written History. And I was like, wait a minute, bro. Like, the internet is on that bullshit, so I'm pushing the button on the internet. I disagree. I respectfully disagree with the take. It's not a classic album. It's not a album that you will have in rotation. But in terms of whether or not you're going to just call it complete, utter garbage, that's bullshit. And if you are, you were never a Wayne fan to begin with. Because then I dissected the album in my headphones a few days later. I listened to it in my headphones, no interruptions. I'm picking up all the sounds. I'm picking up all the lyrics. And I'm like, bro, he's rapping his ass off. But you can't really sit down and enjoy it because you was kind of turned off by the beats. So if you were looking for mixtape Wayne, you didn't get it. If you were looking for early Carter Wayne, you didn't get it. So you were kind of turned off by it and you didn't soak it in. So as the week went by, I saw a few people's like, nah, man, I really fucks with it, dog. Like, Wayne is really rapping. He's rapping. So then when I started listening to it, I'm like, bro, this is literally the same Wayne. It just sounds different because we're not used to the beats. And it's like, were we spoiled because mixtape Wayne was killing popular tracks already. So it was like, we've never listened to Wayne for lyrical content. So let that be stated off top. Nobody was listening to Wayne for lyrical content. I love the metaphors and the punchlines. And it's like, okay, he gave us that. So if your only knock was the beats, then cool. That's a valid argument. But then I've heard that, oh man, he's not talking about nothing. There's no substance. There's no this. There's no that. And I'm like, bro, technically it was never really any substance. But then it's like, okay, you go back and check out the tracks like Mona Lisa. I feel like they painted a dope picture, him and Kendrick Lamar. That was a dope track. You go back to the original Carter, there was a lot of tracks on there where he was storytelling. The song, like the hooks went with the lyrics and things like that. So it's like, you can't say that the man was never lyrical or he didn't ever have substance, because that's simply not true. Wayne has been around so long that I feel like a lot of people have forgotten the catalog that man has, because we only focus on the studio albums. I went back today and checked out I Can't Feel My Face, just to put me back in that mind frame to do this podcast, because I'm like, bro, him and Jewels was going crazy. And I've said on this podcast several times, I am not an East Coast rap person, but him and Jewels, dog, that was a crazy combo for that time period. And it's like, Wayne was on every feature, literally killing tracks. So in order to do that and continuously put out music, bro, that's a talent. That's a gift. And I'd be damned if I sit back and let people tarnish that because they want to be funny for the fucking internet, bro. Like, that's garbage. And that's why I wanted to wait to do this episode, because I just wanted to see how far people were going to take it. And I've seen a few people, like some famous social media personalities that review music and stuff like that. And people are slowly starting to come around and acknowledge that Wayne was spitting on that project. It's just that they didn't care for the beats. And like I said a few minutes ago, bro, that's an honest take. That's an honest evaluation. But it's like, some people, oh man, it's garbage. It's a 2 out of 10, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just going to be honest with you, bro. Like, I'm peeping who's saying it. And I'm playing back other conversations that we've had about music and who they listen to and things like that. And it's like, I'm just going to be honest. In my opinion, I don't even value their take on it, because I feel like it's going to be biased. Some people can call me biased, and that's perfectly fine. But it's like, I'm putting this episode out because I know that pretty soon the clips is going to be dropping. And I can't wait to see the same people's reaction to that project. And I'm going to be sure to listen to that and dissect it. And I'm going to evaluate it. If it's fire, I feel like I can be honest and say that it's fire. If it's trash, I can't wait to get the whole, oh, you just saying that because you're a Lil Wayne fan, blah, 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 blah. I shared a post. It wasn't even the actual song. It was just the lyrics written out. And I'm like, Pusha T is still talking about Coke. Still pushing out Coke bars. And it's like, everybody's like, oh, I can't wait, man. I'm looking forward to it. But then when Wayne talks about, I don't want to cuss too much, but his typical bars is guns, vagina, money, cars. Oh, man, he ain't talking about nothing. He ain't grew. He ain't nothing. I'm like, you know, y'all are the same people that's just said that y'all are anticipating an album from the Clips. Like, you're contradicting yourself. So that's why I'm like, bro, I waited to do this episode because by the time people start listening to this, the Clips album will be out. And I'm telling you now, I'm going to call people's bluff. And that's why I'm saying that. To me, it's like, it's so much bias in the world, and I feel like people just say shit for the internet. They want to gain an audience on their post and just say outlandish, crazy shit in hopes that other people will agree with them. And some people have accused me of doing that, and I promise you that is far from the truth. If I post something, it's because I truly, genuinely feel that way. I'm not saying this shit for clicks and likes and whatever else. That's just how I feel. And I said then, I'm like, bro, it's like, it's not a classic, but it's not trash. So I'm dissecting the album in my headphones, like I said, catching every word. Then they announced that they did a little deluxe edition. They added 2 new songs, I believe, or 3. And the track with him and Nicki Minaj, Nicki's going off. And I'm like, dog, like, the talent and the potential is still there. Wayne is still Wayne. Then the track with Lil Baby and Future, it's like that song has substance. It had, the lyrics went with the title and things like that. It's like, what are we doing? Are we going to critique the music or what? Because I've been told plenty of times as a person that loves beats first, no, man, you got to look past the beat, bro. What are they talking about? Every episode that we've done about classic albums and this and that and this, and when I've said I don't like this particular person or this particular group because I can't rock with the beats, oh man, you got to look past the beats. That's what I've been told. But in this particular case, as it relates to Lil Wayne, the beats are important. It's like, make up your mind, bro. It's like, nah, dog. Like, we not finna do this. If you didn't like it, that's perfectly fine. That's cool. But just to sit here every day, the Carter 6 is garbage. I can't believe y'all listen to this trash. You forcing yourself to like it. You keep listening to it to fake like it. Like, that's that internet talk, in my opinion. If I say something or post something, I have not said that it's a classic. I have not said that it's a top album. All I continue to say is it's not as bad as people make it out to be. It had 19 tracks. Now, 21? Hold on. Let me look it up real quick. With the bonus tracks added, we now have 21 songs. Out of 21 songs, I'm looking at the track list right now. Just off the top of my head, Welcome to the Carter, Hip Hop, Sharks. I like the track with Jelly Roll. Banned from NO. For those that are truly a fan of Wayne, I can't remember if that was from the Dedication series or the No Ceilings, but that beat was used on one of them mixtapes. That's the same beat. He's killed that beat already in the past. So I'm like, off the rip, that's a classic to me. The track with 2 Chainz. Hold on, let me see. Flex Up. Yeah, Flex Up was on my list. Flex Up for sure. So then once you got into Loki's theme, If I Play the Guitar, I wasn't feeling that. I get why people are killing peanuts to an elephant. I really wasn't no fan of that one for real, but it's like, if you listen to what he's saying, it fits, so to speak. But the one with Cameron Carter, that one was cold. Being Myself, Alone in the Studio with My Gun, Written History by far is my favorite. Like I said, they added Nicki Minaj to the band from NO, and then the Lil Wayne, Future, Lil Baby. So it's like, bro, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 solid tracks out of 21, bro. Like, if you really want to score it, technically that's a failing grade. So if, like, I get it. But it's like, for some people, it's like, bro, every track. I've seen posts where every track is garbage. Every song is garbage. He ruined Big X the Plug's verse and this and then. It's like, come on, bro. Y'all just saying shit for the internet. Like, it wasn't as bad as people are making it out to be. Now, I am going to say this, and I'm going to get off here because it ain't no sense in me rambling and going back and forth. I'm pretty sure when people listen to this, hopefully it will create future episodes and dialogue to go back and forth. On this episode, I didn't want to argue with people. I just wanted to get my initial thoughts out as I was listening to the project. But I'm going to say this. For me, I never took the time to listen to any Eminem albums when he was in his peak back in the day growing up. I did not like that. The voice and stuff, I wasn't feeling that. Now, I know for a fact that when Kamikaze, I believe that was the name of it. Hold on. Yes. I know for a fact that when Kamikaze came out, people said it was a trash album initially. And I actually listened to it. And I thought it was pretty awesome. It didn't make me want to go back and listen to any of his older stuff, but I thought Kamikaze was pretty dope. But even with that, oh man, it's trash. He didn't age well. He didn't this and that. Internet shit. I'm on record saying that I am not a big Jay-Z fan. My favorite Jay-Z album for me is American Gangster. 444 dropped. When I initially listened to it, I was like, man, it's not bad. It's different. It's not bad. And at first, I've heard people say that they didn't like it. He ain't talking about nothing. It ain't your typical Jay-Z. And then you had your people that was like, no, man, that's growth. He's talking about wealth. He's talking about real life. He's talking about this and that. So it's like, I get it, but I'm using these examples for a reason, because I'm saying that people are listening to these legends, but they're expecting to hear the Blueprint, the Black Album, Slim Shady. It's like, bro, these dudes is in their 40s, maybe even close to 50, bro. Like, their voices are not the same. Their sound in terms of what it is that they want to go into a booth and create is not going to be the same. They may have a bigger audience, in which all of them do at this point. They have a bigger audience. So as an entertainer, you have to think, I'm putting together tracks so that if I ever go on tour, I can entertain a crowd of people. For those that have been to a Lil Wayne concert, 90% of that crowd ain't going to know original Cash Money records. I was there. My first Lil Wayne concert was when the Carter 1 first dropped. He came to the University of Kentucky. And when he first started, he was doing excuse me, tracks from The Block is Hot, Big Timers. And trust me, I get it. The University of Kentucky's student body is predominantly white. So a lot of them people had no idea what those songs were. All they knew was Go DJ. So it's like, bro, his catalog is so different now to where it ain't going to be necessarily for our ears. And when I say our, I'm meaning the black community. So this is just my opinion when I say that he blended the Carter 6 and gave you a little bit of everything. He's on her fucking singing. Some of them tracks where he was singing and stuff, I did not care for. But I feel like you got a full mixture of Lil Wayne. And you saw the talent. You got his talents. So I'm like, bro, like, at the end of the day, bro, this is a job. This is a business. He announced that he's going on tour. So if you're headlining your tour with this project, you're catering towards who you necessarily feel like is your base. And at this point in life, let's be real, it's not us. It's not us. So as much as we talk about consuming music and dissecting music, a lot of it ain't meant for us. They trying to do shows and sell out tickets and have a wide variety of fans in the audience. And for me personally, I'm cool with that. Now, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to get off here because shout out to Kendrick Lamar. Everybody that I know that has gone to his concert, they keep saying that it was amazing. It was a brilliant performance. Shows, they left completely satisfied. I see the numbers that he's doing. Kudos to that man. But it's like when that album first dropped, I went and made a video on Facebook. As soon as I pushed play, soon as that joint dropped, I was like, ooh, like this finna be nasty. I was excited. But then when I got into the middle of the album, I was like, nah, this ain't for me. This is not for me. But of course you got you ain't intellectual enough. You ain't deep enough. You ain't this and that. And I'm like, what kind of lyrical content is boom, bop, bing, bop, boom, bop, bam? And then the same people clown Lil Wayne. Make it make sense. And that's where I just guess, we're going to agree to disagree because I'm like, none of those bars that I heard was so prolific and outstanding to the point to where it's like, man, damn, he's head over heels compared to the competition, bro. Like, I don't get that from him. That's just my opinion. That's just my perspective. Hey, that's my bit. Like, bro, that shit sounds trash to me. So it's like, if I say that publicly, I'm stupid. I don't know music. I listen to trash. Oh, you a Gucci Mane fan, blah, blah, blah. Your opinion don't count. But then the same people will get online and say Lil Wayne's washed. Lil Wayne's trash. His music is garbage. There's no substance. He talk about the same thing. And then tomorrow, all of them is going to be talking about how dope the Clips album is. Make it make sense. Now, in closing, I feel like the Carter 1 is by far the best of the series. I truly wish that he would have stuck to that formula for all 6 projects. This is also my opinion, my perspective on why, like, as you started getting, I feel like it started changing after the Carter 3. The Carter 3 is when he really gained success from a commercial lens, in my opinion. So now he started making tracks and, he's on the biggest stages and he has a whole different audience now. So he's making music for a whole different group of people. But I feel like had he, the way he done the I Am Not a Human Being and stuff like that, like he had a whole album that was catered to a genre. Stick with that formula, but leave the Carter to your original core fans, because the way he painted pictures in the Carter, that was so dope to me. You got that mob feel with the Carter 2. He's still storytelling, painting pictures, but then you got to take in consideration that was the shift from Manny Fresh. So this is the part that I'm asking and leaving up to people, because it's like, once you go through each one of the Carters and you get to 6, now it's multiple producers, multiple different sounds, multiple different, you know what I'm saying? So it's like those projects became melting pots, compilations, in my opinion. Like, these are just individual tracks that you're blending and putting it together and saying that this is an album. Whereas the Carter 1 flowed from beginning to end. The Carter 2 flowed from beginning to end. I feel like they started mixing and matching once you got to the Carter 3. You had Swiss Beat, I think it was Carter 3, Dr. Hip Hop or whatever it was, and stuff like that. Like, even with that, it was like, bro, he's painting beautiful pictures and paying homage to hip hop. So to say that Wayne ain't hip hop, he don't rap, he don't talk about nothing, bro, that's so fucking disrespectful. That's crazy to me. And it's like, that shows you that people don't really have a true appreciation. And I feel like it falls into the category of groupthink. because the same people that say he don't make real music will die on this hill that Jay-Z and Kendrick Lamar, they're the only real artists, they the only ones that talk about this and that, da 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 da. And it's like, bro, like, stop it. But I'm saying that I wish he would have stuck with the formula for all 6 projects, and the Carter series was dedicated to his true core fans. And I feel like it would have been more appreciated and would have been welcomed with open arms compared to what just happened with the release of this project. Because based on the streaming numbers, if he's going to do shows like he did at Madison Square Garden, like, he's going to have success, but I don't know if that's riding off the back of his nostalgia, that, everything that comes with his name, or if people are truly vibing and rocking with the album and it's just the internet that's pretending to not like it. So I don't know, man. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. If I had to rank them, I feel like Carter 1, Carter 2, like, really, it's almost already in order. Now, if you're going to go by success and albums sold and shit like that, then you have to mix and match. But I feel like they're already in order. I don't even remember the Carter 4. But like I said, the Carter 5 gained my respect. I appreciated it a little more today after listening to it. Without going back and listening to the Carter 4, if I had to make a choice right now, I would say I'd listen to the Carter 6 before I would the Carter 4. But who knows? I'm going to have to go back and listen to it tomorrow, and I may change my opinion on that. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments, man. Like, where do you rank the Carter series? What are some of Wayne's best projects? A lot of people say the mixtape stuff don't count, but I'm like, bro, it's impossible not to count that. Like, we've seen the documentaries and stuff where he's just like going crazy. Play it back. Oh, okay, here, I'm going to say this. And then lay out some of the coldest. Like, that man was on everybody's songs. That's crazy. Like, you could not go anywhere without hearing that man's voice or seeing his face. And he ran the game for a while, bro. That's got to be appreciated. And not to mention the drugs and codeine and all that. That takes a toll on people over the course of time. And it's like, maybe that's why we're not getting your traditional Wayne or whatnot. And that may be the difference in how it sounds. And it's like, his sound is outdated. If people said it's just outdated, then cool, you live with that. But I'm not gonna bash this man. And real quick, I didn't hear nobody critique Too Short's new album. That was typical Too Short. I thought the project was solid. The project was catered to his core fans, in my opinion. Of course, Too Short ain't never been too mainstream. He blow the whistle and shit like that was, popular hits over the course of time. Shake That Monkey, shit like that. But in terms of like being a well-rounded superstar, people don't view Too Short from that lens. But it's like, the album was solid. Dr. Dre and Snoop did a whole album. This is before Snoop and Donald Trump situation and people want to cancel him and things like that. But it's like, people swear up and down that they love music and they love hip hop, but it's like, y'all ain't even listening to the shit. Y'all only listening to shit that y'all know people going to be talking about on the internet. And that's why I choose to just sit back and just watch from the rafters, because I'm like, bro, is it even genuine? Like, are you really evaluating music, or are you just talking shit for clicks and likes? So y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments, man. Truly, 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 let me know and evaluate the Carter 6. Because once I sat down and soaked it in, it's like, bro is really rapping. A lot of them songs and shit, I get how they put those tracks together in the order that they put them together. And it's like, damn, like, it was a solid project. So y'all let me know, man. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. It's been a minute since I did an episode, man. Like I said, I'll discuss that at a later date. Just been in a funk, bro. It's like I'm paying to do these episodes. I'm paying to have the software to upload and stuff like that. And it's like, damn, I've been trying for the longest to get 1,000 subscribers. Not saying that I'm going to make enough money to get what I put in return, but it's still some form of a satisfying feeling to know that you see the work that you've put in paying off. But it's gotten to the point where it's like, bro, I don't even have the energy to do this shit no more. But I've had people tell me like, man, we want to hear it. Don't shortchange the people that do listen simply because the people who pretend like they do don't. So with that being said, I'm going to try to get back into the groove of it, put some episodes out. But like I said, man, y'all be sure to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. And we out.
Ass toasted, no competition. I'm Misha coasting. I feel so high, I feel so live. My body's intertwined. I'm Misha coasting. I feel so live, and I know why. That I can't deny. I'm Misha coasting. Goody, fine wine, fools, malt liquor. Wish me I'm high class.